As our leaders focus on outside threats, our insides rot. Thanks to the triumph of feelings over values, we've witnessed decades of crumbling families accompanied by explosive juvenile delinquency. Free love begets free pain. Hence, the bus video, while shocking, is but a symptom of a culture that forgot consequences, choosing immediate gratification over long-term familial commitment. White folks can get away with that. They had the advantage. Minorities making the same choices, no such luck. The new job figures for black teens is tragic. 4 in 10 don't work. How did that happen, and where does it lead? Apparently, stomping a kid on a bus while holding onto your stupid, saggy pants. Decades ago, work wasn't about status, but about pride. Without work, life had no meaning. The fundamental cause of our dying society is our steady elimination of the financial and spiritual necessity for work of any kind. You can blame corrosive government programs, I do, but it's also our corrosive belief that some work is just not that cool. We mock the bottom rung because it's beneath us. So teens shun work, sell drugs, and appropriate a lifestyle glamorized as superior to the McDonald's counter. Many are black, like our president. You'd think he'd say, that could have been me? He says little, period, preferring to praise outed athletes and wronged professors. But there are people out there who could use his help more in buses and classrooms in grim neighborhoods. Who knows, maybe admonishing them in a clear and angry voice might be every bit as relaxing as golf, and it just might work. You know, the Gulfport police charged the 3 juveniles with aggravated assault, 1 with unarmed robbery. I thought it looked like attempted murder. Hate crime is not being pursued. There was 3 black teens against a white kid. They're saying it's more about a retribution over the kid reporting them for drugs. What do you think, Mr. Webb?
First, I don't like hate crime legislation. If you're getting beaten with fists and kicked, you're getting beaten and kicked. But that said, it's the hypocrisy in this for me, Greg. I mean, how do you have this and how the media handles it? If this was 3 white kids and a black kid, and we've seen that play out before, Sharpton would be down there, Jackson would be down there, Florida would be an apartheid state again. And frankly, these kids should be charged as adults. If it's possible, they should be charged as adults. They could have taken out an eye. They've definitely scarred this kid. And stop coming down on the 64-year-old bus driver. Look at these kids at 15, 2 years younger than Trayvon.
Those kids
They're
get hit.
throwing punches. A 64-year-old is going to get beaten just as badly.
Those were haymakers, man. They were, I mean, yeah, that hurts. Andrea, I'm looking at that. That's attempted murder. They didn't stop.
Yep. And I mean, look, I don't know if it was racially motivated or not. You know, 3 black kids on 1 white kid, it certainly appears that way. I agree with David. I don't want to stand up and say, okay, black on white now, I want the White House to weigh in on this, because they shouldn't be weighing on this to begin with. But where are the civil rights leaders on both sides of the aisle when a child gets beaten? Where are the people that advocate against bullying, Greg? Where's the Hollywood community that just hates bullying against gays or any kind of teen? Forget color. Everyone is always put into these little boxes. Black, white, gay, straight. Just a child's getting beat. Will someone say something? But because it's 3 black kids on a white, they don't say a word.
What do you think, Bob?
Well, I can only speak for this liberal, and that is that I find it appalling that my side has decided to remain silent on this, whether it's Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton, even the President of the United States. But it seems to me that this is an opportunity for us to say that things are, that you can't excuse this action because these are 3 black kids and there's 1 white kid. It seems to me now's the time to step up and say, this is unacceptable, no matter what color they are. These guys deserve to be tried as adults. And frankly, were up to me, they'd go away for a lifetime and let them think about their haymakers when they're busting rocks.
Dana, you know, they say crime is going down, yet the perception is that it's getting worse. Is that because we're just seeing more of it because people are filming it, we have surveillance? But it just seems like there is a coarsening of culture that is happening no matter what, especially teens towards adults.
Yeah, I think it has happened over time. I do think the ability for a local story like in Pinellas County, Florida, for it to make national news for 3 days in a row now, that has only happened because of technology. That's not a bad thing. But what's interesting when Bob said this is an opportunity, unfortunately, there are opportunities every single day. What you said yesterday, getting at, was should somebody, and the president being the perfect person, do something about the root cause of the problem. You mentioned on the work front, yes, I agree that's a problem. I also think that the faith-based community is needed now more than ever, because government can't heal anything. A job can do something, but you have to have a purpose. And I think that the faith-based community is perfectly poised, well, maybe not perfectly, but they are the best poised to help.
One thing I would say here, it's an ideal opportunity as a strategy. If I were Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton, this is an ideal opportunity to step out and say, I'm not like they think I am. But they won't do that.
Yeah. And meanwhile, we're obsessed with childhood obesity, but it's not your roly-poly kids that are beating the crap out of you.
No.
I was a roly-poly kid, and I beat the crap out of a lot of people.
I know you
because
did.
you did the right, and because the kid did the right thing of letting the authorities, the adults know that he didn't want to buy drugs from these kids.
Yeah.
They're not kids; they're punks.
All
There you
right.
go. Oh.
Tough language from Dana Perino.